Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy coming at you with another video, and today I have something a little different here on my channel. Today I am doing a draft recap for my New York Football Giants of the 2017 NFL Draft, and my thoughts on their picks personally. But anyway, let's get into the video here. So, in the first round, the Giants had the 23rd pick. They were a playoff team, and they lost in the first round to Green Bay. I don't even remember what the score was, and I don't even want to remember what the score was because it was an ugly game. But back to the draft. So they wound up with the 23rd pick, and the players they wanted ahead of their selection were O.J. Howard, the tight end from Alabama, Garrett Bowles, the offensive tackle from Utah, and Jarrad Davis, the linebacker from Florida. Now, those picks went 19, 20, and 21, respectively. Howard to the Buccaneers, Bowles to the Broncos, and Jarrad Davis to the Lions. So, the Giants, in that situation, running back was a need, and I think you could find a tight end later in the draft. Possibly the guy they took, they could have found later, but who knows? So I wanted them to take Dalvin Cook or Reuben Foster. And instead they take Evan Ingram. Now, at first I wasn't too happy with this pick because I didn't know who the fuck this kid was. But he wound up being his tape looked really good. He's 6'4", I think 234, and he's a tight end. And he ran a 4.42 at the combine, which was the 5th fastest out of all position players. So this kid's fast and he's tall and he adds another red zone threat that teams will have to cover against the Giants already with OBJ on one side and Brandon Marshall on the other and Sterling Shepard in the slot. Now this guy needs to improve his blocking, Evan Ingram, but if he can do that, he can be a woefully dangerous tight end in the NFL. And that's what I think the Giants needed. They were the league worst. Their average yards per reception from tight end last year was 7.7 yards. That was worse than the NFL. They needed to upgrade that position. They certainly upgraded it, and they used the pick on Evan Ingram. Now, I give this pick a B+, just because of, he's got great offensive talent, but his blocking is not so good. So if he could improve his blocking, he could definitely be a great player in the NFL. But if not, then he'll be a great pass catcher, but not really a good run blocker. My comparison, as were the experts, was Jordan Reed of the Washington Redskins. I see various of the same traits that Jordan Reed has. Now moving on to round 2 with the 55th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the New York Giants took the defensive tackle from Alabama, Dalvin Tomlinson. Now, I was not too thrilled with this pick at all. I thought they should have gone Zach Cunningham, the inside linebacker from Vanderbilt, just because you already have Damon Harrison there, and we lost Jonathan Hankins in free agency, but we still got Jay Bromley back there, so he could cover up, basically fill in for Mr. Hankins, and Zach Cunningham is I've heard, and I scouted him before the draft. He is a great coverage guy. He's not a great tackler, but he's great in coverage, so the Giants could have used that with their linebacking core going up age by age, one by one, every year, and it's not getting any younger. But Dalvin Tomlinson does add that run-stopping threat. That's why the Giants were really good last year with stopping the run because of Damon Harrison and Jonathan Hankins. So this one gets I'd say, B+ again, because he's a great run blocker, and he can. Actually, I'm gonna give this one an A-. He's a great run blocker, run stopper, and he can also pass rush a little, and he's big. He's fat, so that helps even more. So now the Giants are going to have two guys in the middle with a combined weight of over 660 pounds. So that's great. Now with the third round pick, 87th overall in the 2017 NFL Draft, the New York Giants took the quarterback from California, Berkeley, Davis Webb. Now, I was kind of thrilled with this pick, honestly, because I thought he would go earlier in the draft. That's what I was thinking, he would go earlier. So I'm surprised he even stayed that late, and there was just too much talent there for them to pass up. So Davis Webb was a starter he was recruited by Texas Tech along with Patrick Mahomes. And he wound up losing the starting job to Mahomes, and in fact, he wound up transferring his last year of college to Cal Berkeley, where he had an amazing season, and he just was off the charts with his passing. He had great numbers. So he looks to be, and the Giants also have their quarterback of the future now to sit behind Eli 2 or 3 years, learn, get experience, play in the preseason, and he might be a great quarterback when Eli officially tells us that he's going to hang up the cleats. When Eli has to hang it up, he is the quarterback of our future. So that's another need the Giants had, was a backup quarterback, a quarterback for the future, and they got that in Davis Webb. I give this grade an A+, and here's why. He had great numbers. He's agile. He's got good size, good arm strength for a quarterback in the NFL. He was a highly touted prospect who should have gone maybe early first, middle of the second round. But people said that he is better than Jared Goff, and Jared Goff went number 1 last year to the Los Angeles Rams. So for people to be saying Davis Webb is better than Goff, that makes me sound confident. So I hope they are right, and Davis Webb will turn into the quarterback that we wanted. So with the 4th round pick, number 140 in the actual draft, in the 4th round, the Giants took the running back from Clemson, Wayne Gallman. So we fill another need, that's running back. Now, apparently we are looking at LeGarrette Blount as a possible running back this year. Fuck you, Bobby Hart. So Wayne Gallman just adds that young power back. He's doesn't have great speed, but he is a power back, and he will run you the fuck over. When he wants to, he will run you over, and he won't stop. He's 6 foot, 215. He always keeps his legs moving. He scored, I think, a combined 33 touchdowns the last 2 years with Clemson. Obviously, won the national championship this season. But overall, the one thing I think the Giants took him for was his pass blocking. Pass blocking is always a need for a running back coming out of college. You need to be good in that area, and it happens to be that Wayne Gallman is a very good pass blocker, which will help on 2nd and 3rd down if he finds a way into that role. Who knows? The Giants could pass on LeGarrette Blount and have Wayne Gallman be their starting running back this season. I don't know. But that's that great of a pick. I give it a A. Now, that might be a little high for Wayne Gallman since he went in the 4th round, but he doesn't have the size really, but he's got obviously keep going, keep churning those legs, keep fighting for yards. He's got that. He's got the pass blocking. He's even got the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, which is also important for a running back. So he looks to be one of those good good running backs with talent that you find late in the draft. So I like that pick. We filled another need with running back, as I said, and now let's move on to the 5th round pick. So when the Giants drafted in the 5th round, they took Avery Moss, the defensive end from Youngstown State, number 167 overall. Now, this pick doesn't really make any sense since the Giants already have a lot of depth at the defensive end position with Jason Pierre-Paul and Kerry Wynn and Olivier Vernon, so on and so forth. This pick doesn't really make any sense. Plus, this guy had some trouble. He's already had an altercation, so he's gotten in trouble once already, and that's why he was kicked out from Nebraska and transferred to Youngstown State. I think he did have 13.5 sacks his last 2 years at Youngstown State, which isn't bad at all. It's actually really good. But I just don't see a need for this guy. I give him a C. The Giants could have taken somebody better than fucking Avery Moss. So with the Giants' last pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, in round 6, 200th overall, they took the offensive tackle from Pittsburgh, Adam Bisnowaty. Now, I love this pick because he is an offensive lineman, and I caught that. And he's an offensive lineman. He's 6'5", 304. So he's got the size to play tackle. The only problem is he's got short arms. That's his problem. He has short arms, so he will likely be moved to guard in his NFL career. He will likely play as a guard mostly in his NFL career. And I just missed that field goal. Oh, wow. So he'll be a guard, most likely, because of those short arms. It doesn't really help you when you have short arms to be an offensive tackle. But anyways, he's a great run blocker. He's not a great pass blocker, so he's got to work on that. He's agile, he's mobile. He can lead block for you if you need him to. The Giants actually gave up their 6th round pick this year and their 7th round pick this year in order to move up 7 spots to get Bisnowaty from the original spot he was supposed to be taken, or that they assumed he would be taken by the Tennessee Titans. So the Giants traded up to get him. Now the only problem with the Giants is they still don't have a kicker yet, and I don't really know what kickers are out there besides, I think Nick Folk is still available. I'm not quite sure. But on the Bisnowaty pick, I'll give it a B, just because he's weak in the pass blocking, but he's got great run blocking. Actually, I'll move it up to a B+, because he does have that speed and mobility and agileness in order to lead block for possibly Wayne Gallman or LeGarrette Blount. He'll likely play right guard, compete with John Jerry there. And the Giants are also looking at some undrafted free agents. Some kid, I think it's Ryan Wheeler from USC. He's an offensive tackle. And some kid from Tennessee State who is also an offensive tackle. So the Giants are trying to not only build throughout the draft, but after the draft as well with young stars. So anyways, guys, that concludes my take on what the Giants did and how they did based on their draft picks this year. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to see another NFL team, my reaction to their picks, drop it down in the comment section below. If you guys want to see me keep doing this, I'll bring it out to you. It doesn't make me. I got the time to do it, so if you guys want to see it, go ahead, drop a like, comment what team you want to see in the next video. And as always, stay thirsty, my friends, and peace out.